Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Today, I'm going to be doing a little experimenting in the kitchen. I always have fun doing these kind of things. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. If it turns out good, this will become a video. If not, we'll try it again and see if it works. But what's life without a little adventure? So here we go. What we're going to make today is a bacon and Wagyu meatloaf, 2 servings, 2 pounds of beef, cooked in the air fryer. Hopefully this will be a quick and easy recipe. I think I've got out about everything I need to do this. And I've got the Costco Wagyu beef. I've got the Wright's thick cut bacon. I've got a bowl and 2 eggs and a jar of the panko pork rind crumbs. I'm going to use my meter, Bluetooth digital thermometer, so while it's in the air fryer, I'll know when it's at the exact right temperature inside. So let's get started. I'm going to start by beating up my 2 eggs in this bowl. And, excuse me while I beat my eggs. And to that, we're going to add 2 pounds of Wagyu beef. And I hope this comes out good because I would certainly hate to waste this stuff. This little adventure was inspired by a video that Laura Spath put out, and it was where she made bacon cheddar and beef meatballs. I haven't tried them. I'm not really a cheddar cheese fan, but if you think that this might come out good and you are a cheddar cheese fan, feel free to add the cheddar cheese in. No problem. Okay, we've got that there. Now, I need to cut the bacon up into little cubes. And for that, I'm going to want a nice big sharp knife. Mitch from the future here. As an alternative to using the raw bacon, I think it would actually turn out quite a bit better if you pre-cook the bacon first, then sliced it up, diced it, and put it in the final mix. About a half a pound of bacon, 2 pounds of Wagyu beef, and 2 beaten eggs in this bowl, which at this point appears not to be too big. I suppose I could have used a bigger bowl. I'm going to put that much Redmond's real salt. I think that the saltiness of the bacon will more than be adequate for for this amount of salt. What we're going to do is start squishing and try to thoroughly mix this thing up. The good thing about using this meter Bluetooth thermometer is I can't overcook this thing or undercook it, because I'll know the exact internal temperature of this as it cooks in the air fryer. That thermometer is one of the best investments I've ever made in the tools that I use to cook. And might be a good time for a shameless plug of the fact that everything that I use in my adventures in the kitchen, I've put links to. They'll be down in the description of this video, to my website, oldguycarnivore.com, on the links to stuff I use page. It's an Amazon affiliate link. In all transparency, they do pay me a small commission if you buy anything that you want to buy through my links. I don't sell products per se, but I get asked all the time, where'd you get that? Where'd you get this? So I put that page up there, and I really appreciate it when you use those links. So let's start with 4 tablespoons of the pork rind crumbs. And we'll see how that works. Anytime you hear that sound, as a man, you cringe. So let's mix up the crumbs in the meatloaf mix. This is actually a lot of fun. I think part of the fun is the anticipation of wondering just exactly what am I going to end up with when I'm all done. And we'll see. And it should be done in time for my first meal of the day. So when it's done, I'm going to eat half of this thing, and then I'll put the rest away for another meal. Okay, so what we have here is what looks like a huge chunk of meat. Look at that. Using my Z-Star air fryer today, and I'm going to use the this and not the grill rack. So we'll take this, shape the meatloaf, and stick it in. All right, guess I'm going to have to get my hands a little bit dirty. The good thing about animal fats is that they make great hand lotion. They're very good for the skin, but we're going to shape this into a meatloaf that's probably about 2 inches tall. Packed it together. This thing's holding its shape really nicely. And I think that looks good. And I'm going to take the meter thermometer and I'm going to stick it right smack in the middle, in about that far. And then we're going to take this whole thing, try not to misshape it much, and put it in this pan here. There we go. Fits perfectly. And then, because the concept of too much bacon is so foreign to me, that I feel the need to put some more bacon on top of this thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Whether it's all going to cook crispy or not, who knows? We'll see. The good part is the bacon fat from this bacon on top will soak in as well. And if the bacon doesn't crisp up, then I'll take it off at the end and crisp it up. Because when you have no plans, that's what you do. We'll put this in the bottom of the air fryer. Looks good. We will turn it on. Put it on, I'm going to put it on air crisp because I want the air to really circulate around it when it cooks. I'm going to cook it at a temperature of about 370 degrees, and I'm guessing at that. And for time, I'm just going to set the time way up because I don't want it to shut off. I want it to keep cooking until the thermometer tells me that it's done. So I'm going to set it for about an hour, and we're going to start the cooking. Got my meter app opened here. It's telling me the internal temperature is already 50 degrees. The ambient temperature is 337 degrees around the outside of the air fryer. We're going to be shooting for 160 degrees. So let's set up a cook. And it's going to be beef. And it doesn't say meatloaf, so it's going to be other meatloaf. There you go. And it says here medium is 140 to 149. Meter recommends 145 to 154. So we're going to go with that. And it's going to cook to 150 degrees. And I want to say start to cook. While it's cooking away, I took the bacon off because it was getting done. I don't want to burn it. And a couple minutes before the meatloaf's finished, I'll put the bacon back on. It says it's 128 degrees internal temperature, 3 minutes left in this cook. So I'm going to take this opportunity, whoa, look at that, to put the bacon back on top, let it finish cooking. It certainly looks great on the outside. Put the bacon back on it and let it go the final few minutes. That's why I like this meter. I know exactly what's happening in the middle of that meatloaf. And I cooked it at 370 degrees. I started it at an hour, and right now it's got 16 minutes left. It's been cooking for 44 minutes. So you can figure 45-minute cooking time is probably going to be what it takes in the air fryer or even possibly in the oven. If you want to cook it that way, that would work, I'm sure, just as well. This thing just told me to remove it from the heat. Internal temperature, it says here, is 136. We were shooting for 150. But when I hit remove it from the heat, it's going to tell me to let it rest. And the temperature should come up all the way. So let's remove this from the heat. Oh, that thing is a hunk heavy. Beautiful. I'm going to leave the thermometer in for right now because I want to see the temperature come up as it rests. And we're going to put it over here where I'm going to give it a taste, let the temperature come up to where it's supposed to be, and we'll see what it tastes like. Okay, I'm going to call it a cook. So, I'm going to pull the thermometer out, and thing you got to be careful of is it's usually hot. And there's the chime, and of course it chimed because I pulled the thermometer out, but I usually don't wait till it's completely finished resting, so we're done with that. Thank you, meter. Very nice of you. Now, I want to cut this thing in half, right down the middle. Oh, it's actually nice and crunchy on the outside. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. That is juicy and hot. That looks fabulous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/2 of this and put it in here. And that will be for my next meal. And then I'm going to cut a nice slice of this. Wow, see all the bacon in it? Looks fabulous. Oh, okay, can't put this off any longer. Let's see what we have. Very hot. Here goes. That is excellent. Very tasty, not dry, exactly the right amount of salt. I got lucky. But I think, my friends, I think that this is a winner. And a little meat candy as an added bonus. Well, I'm going to finish my meal here, and you, as usual, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.